his room inside, right, came out this red light. I was like, wait, who in the world will have a red light in their room? Honestly, think about it. Red light looks very dubious, right?
Hi, I'm Rainer.
Hi, I'm Mas.
Hi, I'm Adria.
Hi, I'm Leah, and this is
ZULA ChickChats.
Okay, so in this episode of ChickChats, what are we talking about? We're talking about traveling, and we're going to be talking about traveling alone. So I assume all you guys have traveled alone before, right?
Yes.
Okay, please tell me about your first traveling alone experience.
I decided to be the brave soul when I was like in 2014. I think I was 21 years old, so I go to Paris.
Oh shit, that's scary.
It's like people will say you should take baby steps, right? No man, I decided to just go for it. I just took a sprint.
For mine was 2016, 2017. It was during my school summer program. I traveled quite a lot, like I think 17 cities.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know when you said 17 cities, I imagine a $100 nomad trip.
Yeah, 17 cities.
Yeah, wait, what?
Under $100.
One man.
$100 budget.
I went to Rome, then Florence, then Milan.
Then Venice, then Interlaken, Zurich, Krakow in Poland. I went to Berlin in Germany. I went to London, Scotland as well, so
And I went to Ibiza. I went to watch Hardwell in Ibiza.
This is your first solo trip?
Yep.
Okay, for me, right, it's because like I literally couldn't find anyone else to go
Oh!
on a grad trip with.
Oh!
So I was like, walao, I studied like 20 plus years of my life. I deserve a damn good grad trip.
Yeah.
I embarked on like a solo trip to Europe too.
Oh.
Because okay, I have like family in Denmark, right? So it was planned around visiting them lah. So obviously at that part I visited family, but the rest of the parts I like traveled around alone. So I did London, Denmark, then after that Würzburg in Germany, Berlin, and then Prague. Then the funniest thing is, right, cause I was like, wow, I'm alone so I need to find a country or a city, whatever, with only one airport. Cause I damn scared I like find wrong. So I go and search, and I like, oh damn, Germany has many airports. Frankfurt and stuff. Then I like later cannot find. Then I was like, let me go and search like which other place only got one airport. Then I realized, oh, I think Prague only got one international airport. I think I'm gonna leave from Prague.
Maybe I want to talk about like what's your most memorable like experience, or what was something that you will remember for the rest of your life that happened to you.
No, I think mine was more of a bad experience.
Oh no, what happened?
So basically, right, I was in Berlin. So I was like, okay, maybe I'll get an Airbnb, but like the private room kind. So then, this host, right, she was female ma. Then she was like, okay, so all settled in, check in and stuff like that, right? Then she suddenly say, I'll be going on a work trip. Then I'm like, oh okay, maybe. Then I thought, oh maybe I'll be in her home alone. She's like, oh but it's okay, I'll leave you in the trusty hands of my housemate. Then I was like, wait, who is this housemate? Then it was like a guy. Then I was like,
shit.
oh my god, I did not sign up for this. Okay,
Yeah.
this is like for 3-4 nights, right? I overthink so much, right? That because my room door didn't have a lock.
What?
Okay, then the first night I come back, then I accidentally came back a bit too late, like 12 midnight. And I was like, shit, you know. Then when I reached home, I was like, okay, where's the guy?
Must take note of his whereabouts.
Then guess what? His room inside, right, came out this red light. I was like, wait, who in the world will have a red light in their room? Honestly, think about it. Red light looks very dubious, right? Then I like go back in the room and like close the door. So I imagine the worst that will happen to me, like robbed, raped, attacked.
Oh god.
Then I was thinking how many luggages should I put at the door in case someone bursts in, right? Still need to go through one heavy luggage. Then I will have time to wake up and think of like kicking someone's balls or something. But I feel like that was quite traumatic. Thankfully, okay, everything was well because like in the end when I spoke to him on the third night, I realized that all my fears were damn lame. Okay, actually quite nice. He really is the housemate. And I think sometimes Westerners are a bit more like open-minded. Like she thinks that living with her housemate is okay.
Yeah.
Right? So then I was like, maybe I'm just being too Asian. But I think better be safe than sorry lah.
Yeah. But I feel like you always remember like the more rabak ones.
Right. Share.
Remember the more rabak
Please
ones.
share.
Everybody wants to know.
The more rubber.
So like there was once I decided to go to Belgium by myself. So on this trip I had no data.
Oh Mas!
And my credit card doesn't work in Europe! Okay, this is when reality starts to hit. I realized that I have to make my way to the hostel. And when I went to the train station to buy a ticket, right, I realized this one thing lah. A lot of their trains, they only accept coins or credit card.
Oh my god, yeah.
So like the notes like completely useless. So I had no coins, I also had no freaking credit card. Firstly, I don't know where my hostel is. I just remember the station I have to get off at.
Yeah.
But then a lot of like Welsh words, they look super similar. So like, I actually thought I was able to stop at this particular station. But I realized the letter was just one different letter. That would mean that stations were on two different parts of the town.
Oh shit.
So I got off at the wrong station.
Oh my god, I would die. Okay, wait.
It's like you want to go to Boon Keng but you're at Boon Lay.
That's exactly what happened. So I looked at the map, then I realized that okay, it's a bit far, but I know the general direction I should head towards. So my imagine I have no data, right? So mine is offline maps. So you just like plot, you know what I mean? Then after that, the next block I saw this like little bar.
Yeah.
So then I just thought, okay, I'm just gonna go in and ask for directions. Like, open the door, right? Then the bartender, she's this really, really tall lady. She's like 1.85. Easily she towered over me, she stared like that. Then she was like, yes, can I help you? And I was like, I'm lost, cat. Can you just help me get to my hostel? After that, she just asked me, where's your hostel? Then I like tried to show her. Then she's like, I don't have my glasses. Then she tapped on one of the regular customers, can you help this girl? Then they all just started taking out their coins. So everybody put together to change back 20 euros for me in coins. Yeah, so that I could take the train. After that whole experience, right, I really thought that I might end up sleeping on the streets in Brussels.
Oh.
And thankfully I didn't. But I feel that that night really restored my faith in humanity.
Okay.
And then so when I wrote like really long like IG post about it, right, the first thing my friend said, hey please tomorrow I don't want to open the news and see like Singaporean girl dead in a ditch.
Oh my god!
My story was about her almost sleeping on the streets. My story
Did
is
you really sleep
I
on the street?
sleep on the
Oh my god!
because I watch a lot of TV, so I want to explore like what it's like to be a hobo. I mean, like I literally was like, okay, I'm not gonna book an Airbnb for this date. And then what happened was when I was trying to plan for like the bus routes and everything. So the bus, it was supposed to like reach in like 5 hours, but it reached in 3. And this is even way earlier, and like there's no like place to go. I was stuck in the bus station, and it was like the most ulu place. But there were people who like drink and everything. They were on the floor. So I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna sleep. Then I took my sleeping bag. Then I slept beside the hobo man. And then when we woke up, right, like the sunrise and everything already, right. Then I took out my sandwich. Then I shared the sandwich with him. Then he also like wake up. Then I like I don't know what language. I just, then we like imagine the scene, just like two of us sitting at the train station.
Oh my god! So I mean, you talk about like traveling alone, right? So can you all like maybe share the differences between traveling alone versus with like a group of friends? Because I think a lot of people travel with their friends, then they want to know like the pros and cons of each. Yeah, before they make a decision.
No, I think traveling alone, right? You don't have that peer pressure to go to a certain place that you really don't want. If you don't want to go, just don't go. You know, all the planning is done by you.
I just like want to see things myself. In fact, I don't even like really take out my phone much, because I'll be like, oh, I really want to experience the sunset, or like I want to people watch, right, or something like that. And I think I do a lot more observing when I'm solo traveling.
Sure. But I do really enjoy, like if let's say I have a few days to myself, right, I enjoy the time alone, because I think in my life I tend to surround myself with a lot of people. Yeah, so I need some time alone to just reflect and think about things without worrying too much about stuff.
Based on costing wise, right, the reason why I got like to travel so cheap is because I was alone. I save a lot on accommodations. Sometimes I can just sleep on somebody's couch.
Yeah, but I think groups also, a good thing is the company, the entertainment. If you're going to a fun country you've been before, you just want to like have fun with your friends, right? Then yeah, for sure.
I think maybe group travel is very functional as well. When you take very long trips and you have to drive super long, it just wouldn't be safe as well for you to drive the whole journey.
That's true lah.
Yes.
As much as I love traveling by myself, I do enjoy the company of my friends as well.
Yeah.
So the common misconception is that, you know, if you go alone, then it's very easy to be like a target for people, because like you're alone, then people will come harass you and stuff like that. Or maybe you get very bored. Like can you imagine you go on a solo trip for like 2 weeks, then you're like, oh my god, what if I run out of people to talk to, or like I'm alone? Like, I feel like that's some of my concerns also.
I don't agree with the going solo travel, right, will be having you a bigger target, because I do have friends who come in like seven people, 7 grown men got cheated by this like little lady
Oh gosh.
when they were going to Disneyland in Paris.
Serious?
Yeah, so like they just give the money to the lady, then the lady will take the tickets from the machine lah, but she already has tickets, then she will swap.
Yeah. So like the tickets she has is like probably not valid. You can enter, but then when you exit at Disneyland, right, you cannot come out because the ticket is not valid anymore.
Oh shit. Then
It's
how?
like expired or something.
So
and
then how did it come out?
They must pay low, I think.
Yeah, they
yeah,
must
they
pay
have
the
to
full
pay
price.
the full price.
So they paid double.
I think it's fair that people say they don't like to be alone, eat alone, or they're afraid that they'll feel lonely lah, right? I don't think that is like one of the biggest concerns, because you can always plan mah. I don't think you'll run out of things to do. I think things to do confirm have, like go to museum lor, if not go to park lor. I feel like if you decide to embark on it, right, then probably like just have a more open mindset lor.
Yeah.
Like there was this once, right, I didn't even plan on meeting anybody. But then I was literally looking at some sign thinking, oh my god, am I supposed to stand here to wait for the bus kind of thing? Then I saw this other guy who was also solo travelling lah. Also looking at the sign, looking very confused. Like, at first I thought he was a local. So I was like, oh hey, is this the bus stop to go to this place?
Yeah.
Then he was like, oh actually I also don't know. Then I was like, oh you also don't know? Then we make friends. Then we sat on the bus together, then even till today we are still friends.
Oh, nice.
So I feel like it's kind of thing you don't actually plan for it to happen, but I think when it happens, just have an open mind and like just go with the flow, I think.
I think like even if you're solo, right, I would say this, you never walk alone. There's multiple people doing the solo trip with you also.
Yeah.
You really never walk alone.
I would say like if you want to maybe hope to meet someone, at least like make a new friend, right? I think like staying at hostels are quite good.
Social hostels especially.
Yeah, then like they'll have this like common area whereby like you can either, I don't know, got pool tables, some hostels lah, or like TV and stuff like that. Usually that's where I get to like randomly know people, but some cities have like free walking tours.
Oh my god, yes, the best hack ever.
Then after that, like usually I meet some friends there also. Because a lot of people who are solo travelling like sign up for these experiences.
I think like when you're going to a specific country, right, try to learn a bit of the language.
Oh, okay,
for sure.
Just because the signs will not be in English like most of the time.
Like, I think like it's very normal to feel lonely. When I travel in Europe for 6 weeks, naturally, right, you'll definitely have days, right, where you just don't feel like doing anything. And so like I remember there was one night like everyone was watching the World Cup, and then like my hostel had a TV inside the room. All I did was just climb into bed, right? Then from my bed I just watched the World Cup. Then I hear everybody cheering outside in the bus around me. Then I just like enjoyed my alone time in my hostel room by myself, because like it was just what I needed lah at that time. Yeah, I think it's really self-care. I think it's that perception and that mindset shift that will help you then realize that being alone, right, is not necessarily a bad thing.
Yeah. And I also think like don't need to have the mindset of like I die must do something.
Yes, I was gonna say this.
Oh my god,
yes.
yes.
Once you have the mindset like every day is a day that I spend money on this trip, so I need to do something today.
Yeah.
Then it's like it will spoil your trip.
That makes you very stressed.
Yeah, I think sometimes you just go on, sit down and chill for 3 hours at a random park or something like that. Also nice, not bad. That kind of, they don't have to walk, need to see this, need to see that. That's what I mostly do on my solo days. I just sit at a random cafe, like read a book, watch a show, walk around, do my own shopping. Yeah,
just slow down a bit lah.
I think maybe my takeaway from the solo traveling thing, right, it's more so like even though I never really do it as extensively as y'all, the important things to take note of are transport. I think that's a very important thing. Data, please be available. Hello, everybody. No, to stay safe, always have like data or connection to someone.
Or at least have someone know where you are.
Correct.
Okay, so we talk about solo travels, and the biggest takeaway is you just have to go only.
Yeah.
Just go.
YOLO.
So if you guys have any experience solo traveling, feel free to leave it in the comments below, or any tips, please inform all our viewers here, and also let us know what else to talk about next time. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Bye!
Okay, I got a book flight now.
Bye! I also going on a plane tomorrow.